Princess, may I ask you, will you marry me?
Of course. Shall we go in and tell the king?
The king already knows. What do you think the ball is for?
No magic in schools. You all want to be us, it's only alright. So spend a day in our court just for tonight. But keep a smile on your face and a fan in your hand. If you plan to remain here, you must understand. What you see is a careful charade. Expecting a chance to dissect your disguise. Man is always evolving,
as if anyone knew them all.
You won't know if you made a mistake here till you're the only one kept from the ball. Did you see the way he bowed? His two garters are too loud. Did you see the way they laughed?
Did I make a stupid gaffe?
So keep your back straight and your attitude keen. There's no choice here but to see or be seen. Act well in the role that you choose. Your mess up will be yesterday's news. Great is the word, authenticity buzzing. Love is a card you unquestionably play. The gossip and scandal is an air of command. You live to love your day in court. And the things you do are of much import. Hunting new secrets is our favorite sport. Rose-scented letters with time-spoken seals. Kisses and curtains and underground tales. There isn't time to stop and stare. Mind your own business and everyone else's. If you don't, we're all aware. Watch the way she flicks her fan. She moves like another man. Watch the way he holds her waist. I think I'd be more to his taste.
The king's stressed.
The king's always stressed.
Prince Rowan isn't here to make some immature protests.
Rowan, I heard he's the prodigal son. I heard he's in the basement getting busy with a nun. Oh!
Is the word and intrigue is the way.
If we kept to ourselves, we have nothing to say.
So the gossip and scandal with an air of command. You live to love
Your day in court. I heard Rowan isn't here because he drank himself to death. I bet the king would like
I
that.
heard he laughed it when he laughed. Heard he Prince will catch a lashing if he shows up late again.
I heard he wouldn't mind a whipping every now and then.
I heard someone breaks his heart, they're made to like that.
I heard you'd go much farther if you stabbed the little brat.
I heard someone tried to get him with a poisoned pot of tea. I heard this from a friend, but really couldn't that be me?
The king is known to murder errant subjects.
Keep your ear pressed to the grapevine so you aren't led.
Lose your head or be banished for life.
You're a target for every subordinate's knife. No such thing as an unblemished reputation. It's just about how well you lie. But if you're caught with your reparation, the consequences could be far too high. Watch the way he holds the spoon, my knuckles spell your certain doom. Watch the way he turns his head for royal crown in your dead.
So conform. The ghost of the norm. Get out if you can. They all have a plan. If you don't want to see how relentless we'll be on your day in court, your day in court, your day in court.
It's been 453 and 3/4 days since my last promotion, which is 453 and 3/4 days of dutiful devotion to secretarial duties I achieve with perfect ease. The nobles find me useful, and I always try to please. I'm the king's right hand, and also left, and lips, and maybe tongue. These are the beleaguered legs on which the country's run. I've earned a rest or something more than just a baronet. But Jason has his favor now, and I'm yesterday's pet. When you're small, you bat your eyes, tell pretty lies, and usually that works. But marrying a princess is beyond the cutest clerks. When you're small, to compensate, you enunciate. Your words are all you've got. But if nobody's listening, that's really not a lot. When you're small, you get ignored. When kings get bored, you could play by the book. But if you don't take action, then you'll just get overlooked. When you're small, you lose your grip. One stupid slip, you're right back at the start. I'll make the king remember why he first set me apart. I need some way to capture his attention, a perfect plan to power my ascension. I've never cared for the hearts I break, so what if there was one more heart at stake? Prince Rowan is right for the untrained assassin, a political tragedy waiting to happen. He and his friends spend their evenings blaspheming the name of the king as he suffers their scheming. Rumor in court says the king wants him dead, and he'd reward whoever parts him from his head. When you're small, you should be strong. Do something wrong to try and make things right. What's one more moral broken if you'll never be a knight? So I'm small, but I'll use my grit and perfect smile. I'll use my wit as I compile a cute facade, demure and flirty. I'll even, my God, get my own hands dirty to someday earn the royal crown and never let my country down. I'm no small-scale noble of small-scale calling. The biggest changes start from small things. You can have it all when you're
Baronet Louis, right? The king wants this sent back to the kitchen. Toot sweet.
when you're small. Apologies for intruding. Is this one of the princess parties? I need to find. Excuse me, if you could just let me through.
Wanna try?
That's very kind of you, but I'll just be popping in and out. I have a letter to deliver.
Who here could the king possibly want to deliver a letter? Or one of his lackeys here to spy on us?
Hey. He's new here. Be nice.
The letter is for Prince Rowan. Where is he?
By the fire. The one dressed in black. Be careful, kid. He bites.
Noted.
Hey, darling. Want to bring that over here?
Oh, Prince Rowan. Wonderful to make your acquaintance. I'm Baronet Louis Rosemont.
It's XX Prince, actually.
XX Prince.
Well, my dad banished me once, making me the ex-prince. And now he's brought me back. XX Prince.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're back.
Where are you from, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm from up north, a small province by the Arctic border.
Oh, well, they must keep you warm enough up there for those cheeks to get so rosy.
This is quite the party you have.
It's one of the tamer ones. It's just everyone who wasn't invited to the king's engagement soiree tonight. And me. Want a drink? We don't get many prim and proper gentlemen around here. I'd love to see what happens when you loosen up.
Thank you, but I should be returning to the engagement ball.
The ball? Really? See, darling, you could sit here bored as hell, with these two-faced nobles treading on your toes. Or you could take a chance on a night of dark romance, where you learn the only thing a courtier knows. It's the art of pleasing princes, that's all life has to be. I'm an expert at the practice, since the prince who's pleased is me. I live the praise and gold praise of sex in borrowed time. Before my father ends my days, each night should be sublime.
Before he does what?
Oh, you know.
And you're convinced he would do this. Why?
Why the hell else would you bring me back here? When you live your life on the edge of a knife, upon your father's grand plan, you drown your spite in hedonistic delight, and take the edge off any way you can. It's the art of pleasing princes, it's so dangerous and brooding. All the courtiers fall, the slight charm that he's exuding. Seditious lords adore me and do anything I say. The church and king abhor me and I wouldn't have it any other way.
He's for composers who hate writing nothing but hymns.
Artists who want to paint long naked limbs. Socialites knocking the muck of bureaucracy.
Scholars whose studies might shake the theocracy. Though he would never get up before noon, he drinks his liquor with a golden spoon. Though he might be too blinded to be the king, and he's not to be distracted by his newest fling. Still, despite all his flaws, he's the best chance we've got. So the art of pleasing princes is our sycophantic law.
It's the art of pleasing princes, but it's difficult to tell. If tomorrow you'll be minced, it's nice to know you'll go to hell. In a court of schemes and toys, why not donate to the best?
Bad princes make good allies.
And love is all that I request.
Yes, love is all that we request.
Well, I hate to disappoint you and your friends, but I think some activities are best confined to one's bedchambers.
Well, where are yours then, dearest?
Oh, that would be unwise.
Come to mind then. It's in the West Wing. The guard outside ducks down sometimes to check on the prison.
Oh, Jason. I mean, Sir Bartok. I work with him.
Perfect. I won't be awake forever, but if you're in there in the next 2 hours or so, I'll unlock the door for you.
I might not be done with my work by then. Oh, I know. How about you keep your door unlocked, and then in a couple of hours I'll just slip past the guard without anyone noticing.
I'm not sure. The king hasn't tried
It'll only
anything
be
yet.
a couple of hours. Besides, I could wake you up by...
I suppose you're worth it.
See you later then, XX Prince.
See you, Louis.
Attempt 4,578. Unsuccessful. Maya? Hi, honey. I managed to slip by the library and steal some of these. They were the closest thing I could find to something useful. On the great campaign of the foul and unnatural arts, the elimination of pagan texts, and on the brief elaboration of the key points of the harms of magical studies. I just hope you weren't seen. Me? I am the master of subterfuge. Right, very subtle. I heard those jewels clanking all the way downstairs, you know. Oh, wait, I have a... Maddox, it's fine, you're in a jail cell. Here. Oh! A rat skull! Look at it. It's cool because the superorbital ridges are unusual. There's a whole taxonomy of rats down here, and this one was born with these big red eyes, and you killed him. No. He died peacefully in his little rat bed, surrounded with his little rat family. They were all drying their tears with tiny little tissues, and yes, I did, Maya. It's a rat. I don't know. I guess I thought that maybe I could use it as an escape, as sort of an arcane focus or something. Did it work? You tell me. But, fancy dress, your engagement party? How did you know about that? I came down here to tell you. Your beloved fiancé came down here to talk my ear off about it earlier, darling. Going on and on with his big gold ring and his big stupid grin and everything. You know, if this were the old days, I'd just... and then BAM! Fly off with you in my arms, castle burning behind us, saving the damsel and defeating the big bad boyfriend. Sorry. Fiancé. All in one move. But, I mean, you're not actually going to. You're not actually, planning on marrying him, right? Love. This brings me one step closer to being queen. Dad will never step down from the throne if I don't have some perfect, inoffensive, upstanding man attached to my hip. Besides, he picked out Jason himself. And I bet Jason breaking up with me would think it's like disobeying a royal decree or something. Once he's crowned, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to break up with me, and I can be with you. Yeah, sure, as what? Your mistress? This is the best I can do, Maddox. Why don't we just stick to my plan and wait until you can become queen and reform the court from within, change the public's opinion on magic users until you can set me free? In how many years? 10? 20? Whatever if Rowan gets his shit together? What if the king kills you? Darling, sometimes it's important to wait. But sometimes you should just dive in at first and make things go your way.
You sound just like your brother.
There's a difference between being reckless and taking action.
You're being reckless.
How would you know the difference if you've never taken action
I
before?
have tried taking action, Maya. Look where that got me.
Because you were working with that dullard! If I'm being a little bit reckless, it's only out of love for you.
I love you too, but that's why I don't want you to marry Jason. Love is like a diamond you can keep with you forever. Love is like a gravestone that will never break the weather. So I'll stay here beside you, dear, untarnished and undaunted. So why complain? Why rush to claim a throne you never wanted? Love is like a poem that will never lose its rhyme. That's why we should wait and see. Love doesn't know time.
How can you be so confident it's gonna work out?
If we go slowly and consider every possible outcome, there is nothing to surprise us.
In what, 2,000 years?
If that's what it takes, then yes.
Love isn't patient, waiting quietly for when the two of us are ancient and I'll be with you again. Maybe it can last forever, but the effort in between constantly twists me into knots and pulls me open at the seams. Love isn't a relic you can hide up on a shelf and take it down and dust it when you want it for yourself. It claws you like an animal, it makes your whole chest sore. Every night I'm not with you, I die a little more. So if I could have you sooner, I would give up anything. I'd break my crown, tear cities down. I'd even find a king. The bliss of every stolen kiss would still be so sublime. Love doesn't know time.
You think that this doesn't hurt me too? Of course, I want to hold you, but it's just too risky.
Do you think Romeo ever said it's too risky to Juliet?
Right, because that worked out so well for them.
Love is patient, waiting quietly for when the two of us are ancient and I'll be with you again. Maybe it can last forever, but the effort in between constantly twists me into knots and pulls me open at the seams. So love is a relic you can hide up on a shelf and take it down and dust it when you want it for yourself. She claws you like an animal, it makes your whole plane. Every night I'm never wanted. So if I could have you sooner, I would give up anything. I'd break my crown, tear cities down. I'd even find a king. The bliss of every stolen should wait and see. Love doesn't know time. Love doesn't know time. Love doesn't know time. Love doesn't know time.
Love isn't easy. It consumes you if you let it. But there's no way to store it, and there's no way to forget it. If we work together, there's no summit we can climb. Let's not delay or hide away. Love doesn't know time. Love doesn't know time. Love doesn't know time. Love doesn't know, doesn't know, doesn't know time. Love doesn't know time.
Hey, pretty boy. Too proud to say hi now that you're born around with the prince?
You never respond to my highs. Not politely, at least.
Doesn't mean I don't enjoy ignoring them.
Oh, my apologies then. Good evening, Jason. As expected. Good night, my good night.
Okay. Hello. Shouldn't you be helping clean up the ball?
Shouldn't you be helping clean up the ball? It's your engagement.
I'm working. I'm on watch here every night.
You know, your view of the hallway from here is completely obstructed by that column.
The only thing I can miss behind that would have to be even smaller than you are.
I'm not that small.
Yeah? Come and get it then.
Okay, hey, give that back! I don't have time for demeaning childish games. I suppose where you're standing is acceptable. I was just trying to be helpful.
Word at the ball was that you'd left to chase the prince. I didn't think he was your type.
He's actually an XX prince.
Wish he was the XXX prince.
That's treason.
Like the king has What are you doing with his harem? I thought you at least cared about doing your own job in addition to everyone else's.
People can have a sense of duty without sacrificing all semblance of fun.
Drinking until you pass out and sleeping in a stranger's bed doesn't sound like fun to me.
And what would you consider fun? Having the same dreary job for 8 years in a row.
9 years.
Forgive me, 9 years. Oh, positively thrilling. You know, if you wanted to join, you could just ask.
I have a fiancé. Also, I don't want to.
Poor boy, too hopeful. Thought I'd be prized for all my hard work. Thought they'd see me better with each perfumed letter. A spark of potential in the murk. Poor boy, so foolish. Just learn to sneak around when you're small. Thought I'd save this place with my kindness and grace. But all angels have to fall. Poor boy, I'm sorry, but our king wants to see you go. Down blankets, the nerve. These aren't blankets you deserve. They'll flood red with your butt in one blow. Poor boy, I'm sorry. I promise this isn't my call. A halo of hair on the bed frames your head, but all angels have to fall. Steady your arms, steady the blade. What are you waiting for? Focus your thoughts on how to evade the guard outside the door. Not his eyelashes fine as spiderwebs, or the part of his silver-tinged lips. His cheekbones gleaming as moonlight ebbs on the sheets tucked under his hips. Is the place you're aiming at a place you've kissed? No, drive away that errant thought. Just plunge it down, just a flick of the wrist. You idiot, do you wanna get caught? What is wrong with you? Plunge it down. What is wrong with you? Plunge it down. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What is wrong? Poor boy. I'm sorry. I think I'm going faint. Guess a devil, just like the rest. Not a savior nor a saint. Poor boy, tormented. Just drag yourself back down the hall. Not as angelic as I expected, but all angels have to fall.
You know, when you said you'd surprise me when I woke up, this isn't quite what I had in mind.
Help!
Shut up!
No, I'll hold still. I promise.
You promise you won't move.
Yes, yes, please, yes.
Who sent you here? The king? Maya?
Nobody sent me. Just please let me go.
I will let you go if you tell me why you would want to hurt me. Now!
Okay, it was all a mistake. I heard that you weren't in the king's favor and that he would reward whoever killed you, so I came up with this brilliant plan to sneak into your bedchambers, and it worked! And I just thought, while I'm here, I might as well give it a stab. I thought if I did it, the king would trust me. and I'd gain his favor. He trusts me. And once I made a noble on his council, all the rest will trust me too.
He'd never do that. Trust me, I've been around my dad long enough to know he'd never let someone from the provinces into his inner circle.
I wouldn't underestimate my capabilities.
Why would he risk upsetting the old families in court for a little thing like you?
You know, I thought maybe if I killed you, that might improve things a little bit. But, you know, things didn't really work out. And, you know, even in this cutthroat place, I just thought it would work. Please let me go.
And why shouldn't I kill you myself?
I'll do anything.
Anything? You're smarter than I took you for. Sneakier, too. I need someone who can strategize, and you need someone who has the guts to get things done. You could be useful.
Useful for what?
I'm going to kill the king, Louis. And you're going to help me.
Why?
The bastard killed my mother. Louis, I saw him do it. He slipped poison into her dinner like she was a sick horse or a dog he was trying to put down. And now he's brought me back from banishment to kill me too. But I'm going to get him before he has the chance. Sweetheart, did you really think I'd end my life with whores and drink, that wasting time the way I please can hide the sword of Damocles? I tried to leave the king alone and cast aside my rightful throne, but my capture forced me to decide if I must stay. The only way is a little regicide. Maybe last year I tried to escape him, or slit my wrist to save him the time. But he deserves some retribution for this endless persecution, and the punishment should always fit the crime. Your heads can stay stuck in the glittering sand, pretending you won't be the next to go. But my head is on the block, so I'm done with double talk, and before he strikes I'll give the final blow. Cause there's a blood moon on the horizon, like the blood tide rising in my heart. With iron on my tongue I will end what is begun, and I'll tear that bloody tyrant apart. I swear blood oath to bring him justice, a blood oath paying him his due. Beyond saving my own skin there's a movement, begin a revolution, darling, or a coup. We would all be better off without him. You won't say it because you know it's true. When I end his grim career, all our countrymen will cheer to see that their oppression is through. Angel, you should count yourself lucky. Not everyone can pick the winning side. And even if we fall and get banished in the brawl, wouldn't you rather fail having tried? Cause there's a blood moon on the horizon, like the blood tide rising in my heart. With iron on my tongue I will end what is begun, and I'll tear that bloody tyrant apart. I swear blood oath to bring him justice, a blood oath paying him his due. I'll make him feel the pain of his cruel deceitful ways. The only missing piece is you.
How would that fix anything? You'll start another war. Violence breeds violence, and gore begets more gore. I couldn't kill you in your sleep. Assassination was too grim. So if you stab him in the back, isn't that just like him?
Fine, then I'll just roll over till he stabs me in the chest. Your pretty hands may shine from blood, but mine are not so blessed. Here's where I dare to question him on mages being free. Here's where his guards detained me and I tried to disagree. Here's where I held my mother when his temper mixed with wine. Tell me I haven't bought his blood with every drop of mine! Really? What good is a bastard son if the real bastard bastard never atones. I'll tear his tongue out of his head, drain his humors till he's dead, and carve each of my scars into his bones. They say blood is thicker than water, but hatred's thicker than blood. I want him to know it's me when I bring him to his knees and drown his crooked crown in the blood. 'Cause there's a blood moon on the horizon, like a blood tide rising in my heart. With iron on my tongue, I will never be your son, and I'll tear that bloody tyrant apart. I swear a blood oath for retribution, a blood oath to wash the land clean, a blood oath.
Me beside you.
Beside me will be the biggest change the place has ever seen. Cause there's a blood moon on the horizon, like a blood tide rising in my heart. With iron on my tongue, I will be the chosen one. And this crafty coup d'etat is just the start.
Princess, are you okay?
Hey, Jason, I was just, tired. What are you reading?
Oh, this? Just an engagement present.
Birds of the Northern Provinces. Is it any good?
I should be on duty.
Help!
Shut up!
Do you want to move?
I can't. I'm on duty here. All night.
Can't believe that he's been here for barely a couple months and is already having more fun than either of us. Although, I think I'd have more fun if there wasn't a corset squeezing my ribcage silly every day.
Oh, well, you can go take it off. I'll be okay without your company. You've had a long day.
Jason, do you think it's weird that you've never seen my body?
I'm seeing it right now, right?
Uh-huh.
No, hold still. I promise.
You promise you won't move.
Yes, please, yes!
Oh, like that. Well, of course not. We're not married yet.
He's not married.
And he's not getting anywhere near the throne anytime soon. But you'll make a perfect queen.
You sound just like Dad.
King Astor knows what's best for us. He gives us the best opportunities we could ask for.
Right. Have you ever thought of getting out of here?
Of course not. What else would I do?
You could, I don't know, make a home for yourself somewhere in the country. That's what I'd do. Raise honeybees, grow flowers, provide for myself, and I'd be able to relax.
Well, once you're queen, you could get gallons of honey, whole bouquets of flowers, whatever makes you happy.
I guess. You know, I wish you'd call me Maya sometimes, like we were friends or something.
I could get in trouble for that. Page 186 of A Good Guard's Guide to Palace Security. Not showing the royal family proper respect.
Right. Good night.
No problem. Good night, Your Highness.
Amateur. Where'd you get this?
What do you mean? Oh, it's mine. I bought it. It has little pearls on the side.
Oh, right. And when someone found it buried in my chest, wouldn't they look for the pearly little baronet who was flirting with me all night?
The pearly little baronet would take the dagger out of your chest. It wasn't cheap.
You're going to have to be subtler if we're going to get away with killing Maya.
Get away with what?
I mean, we have to kill Maya. Obviously. She's the daughter of the recognized queen and the next in line to the throne. It's just her and then the kid.
No, wait. She's just a kid, like you.
She's just an obstacle. I'd never hold power with her alive.
What if we convinced her to, I don't know, disappear?
Why would she work with us? Once she's queen, she can get anything she wants.
I suppose you're right.
Good boy. Tomorrow you can help me figure out how to do it without getting caught.
All right. See you then.
Hey. Hey.
Jason, I'm not in the mood.
Your buttons are done, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Not here.
Jason, can I talk to you?
Like you've ever asked before? Sure.
I just, weirdly, you're someone I trust.
Sure. I've heard you use that line too many times on Courtiers. What do you want from me?
Jason, do you and Maya have any plans tomorrow?
Is that all? You really pull out the waterworks for anything, huh? Well, I'm on shift until dawn, and she has an appointment with the ladies' club at 11, and then we're both going to a rehearsal for the wedding at 5, but not much else. Wait, why?
I was hoping to speak with her sometime in the morning, before the prince wakes up. I just want to talk to Maya in private without Rowan knowing.
You know, if there were anyone else, I'd be worried. But I think she could toss you across the banquet table with one arm, lengthwise.
I bet. Thanks, Jason.
Hey, don't mention it. Fucker.
Good morning. Princess Aster?
Good morning, Baronet.
May I come in?
If you wish.
I simply wanted to present you with this gift of congratulations on your engagement with Sir Jason Bartok. It was too fragile to bring to the ball last night. It's a white-leafed elm. I understand Jason has an interest in birds, and these are the natural homes of the blue-breasted reedlings.
Thanks. I'm sure he'll enjoy it.
Oh, no, I meant it as a gift for you, too. It's a jewelry stand.
Right. Very useful. I'm sorry. You must think I'm so rude. This is nice. I don't wear jewelry very often.
Oh. Sure.
Okay, I don't enjoy wearing jewelry, but, you know, the king likes everyone looking presentable, and... Did you enjoy tying a double backhanded waterfall knot to that ascot every morning?
I do, actually. I'm very proud of how they turn out. What do you enjoy wearing? I'll be sure to pick a more suitable wedding gift.
Look, I'm not unused to this sort of thing, but you are really not my type.
Oh, God, no. I mean, no offense, you are lovely and all,
No,
but,
it's
it's just that
fine.
I'm simply not attracted to women.
So you and my dad like a thing?
No! Oh, my God!
I don't know, because the purpose beyond my age.
I just thought I'd have to get to know you better. You know, being the fiancée of my coworker and the daughter of my superior and the sister of...
Half-sister. You're talking about Rowan.
Yes. Anyways, what sort of fashions are you into?
I like gowns. Gloves. But I really like your waistcoat. It's a different cut from any I've seen before.
Well, you'll be able to have your fair share of waistcoats when you're the one running the place.
I hope so.
I've been talking to your half-brother.
My condolences.
Well, that man would sell half his limbs to be where you are now.
Well, he was the one who threw away his chances. He used to be the golden boy, you know? I was what, the daughter of the king's mistress? And then his mom died and, point is, if he had just sat down, shut up, and played the game, he'd be where I am right now.
So you think he should have just ignored the fact? What he told me was that his father murdered his mother.
We've all had to make sacrifices to be here, Louis. When I was young, my father told me the story of a girl who spent her whole life doing what she ought. She strained and loved and suffered, but in the end she died, and angels gave her everything she sought. He told me dead princesses go to heaven where they earn their crown. They get to choose their lovers and they lay their burdens down. Dead princesses go to heaven to be reborn as queen if they play the perfect part in this palatial scene.
So you don't actually like being princess?
I didn't say that. I didn't. Right?
When I was young, my father told me the story of a girl who wanted to be something more than pretty words and pompadours. She slipped away in silence without a note or trace, though people sometimes say they saw her dancing on a distant shore. He told me dead princesses go to heaven if they're brave and smart. They cast aside their masks and lies and listen to their heart. Dead princesses go to heaven and dance through waterfalls, and they never have to worry about dresses, gowns, or balls.
I've thought of that, I'm not a fool, and I have a love who needs me here.
Jason too could steal away, we could help you disappear.
Why should I trust you? You're awfully nice. Every courtier has his price. You said it yourself was smothered in lies. Selflessness would be a surprise.
This would further Rowan's plan. It's not just foolish generosity. So if you don't believe I'd help you, think of it as reciprocity.
Jason couldn't make me stay. He's not the type to claim my heart. But while my lovers locked away, I'd miss them far too much to part. A brilliant mistress is my fate. Keeps them from getting free.
You could build a life with them if you put your trust in me.
I'm listening.
We could stage the perfect crime, kill princess, spare the lover. Rowan would help you steal away and spend your life with one another. Okay?
Okay.
Okay! Dead princesses go to heaven where wedding bells will chime, doing double duty as a funeral halftime. Dead princesses go to heaven and live just as they please, where every day is golden and the only queens are bees.
Your father says you need to be dressed in full regalia today for the wedding rehearsal.
Tell the king he knows damn well I won't be appearing in any regalia to hand you to your stupid little rings. I don't believe in that sort of thing.
I could have guessed.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that I had to spend all last night on watch here.
What? Jealous of me?
No. I mean, of course not. I just mean if you're planning on marrying Louis, that would be a mistake.
Just wish you'd made a move on him first.
I'm engaged.
Mm-hmm. Why would marrying him be a bad idea? Aren't you all for that?
You really don't know.
Tell me or I'll tell Maya you joined us last night.
Hey, please don't do that. Look, I worked with Louis for a long time, and he's not the bubbly little socialite he seems to be. He hangs around with noblemen in court like a spotted wayfinder chick in a nest of honey sparrows.
A what?
It's a parasitic bird that slips its own eggs into other birds' nests, and when the wayfinder hatches before the other eggs, it breaks into them and eats the honey sparrow yolk, and then the sparrow itself.
Ick! And boring. Why would Louis care about sparrows?
Well, forget the sparrows. I just meant he's all kisses and love letters until he's gotten what he wants. A promotion, or sponsorship, or enough little presents. And then he leaves. How do you think he's ready baronet?
I mean, that's kind of odd.
Fine. Good luck. I'm not supposed to leave until let you leave until you're presentable.
Fucking fine then, I'll stay in my room! Go away, J-Man. I said I'm not going.
Oh, XX Prince, I've got something really good for you.
Oh, really? What the fuck is she doing here?
It's your lucky day, XX Prince. You're going to be king.
King of whatever armpit of hell the king sends me to this time after she rats us out. Yay.
You told me to do the planning, your XX Majesty. So, I've done it all for you. Your lovely sister is going to stage her own murder, and we're going to help her with it. She'll run away so the both of you will never have to interact again, and then you'll be crowned king.
And why on earth would she do that?
Because. And I know this is going to be very difficult for you to understand because it involves someone having an authentic feeling and not acting purely out of their own self-interest, but I'm in love. And I can't be with them here, so to be safe, I will do whatever it takes.
For him?
Not Jason, dumbass, Maddox. You even remember who they are.
Oh my god.
This brings us to what you have to do, darling. Gallantly break out the mage from his prison.
Absolutely not.
It's your fault they're in there in the first place.
What do you mean?
You don't know? You've recruited him to your new coup without telling him why the old one failed.
I was going to get around to it.
2 years ago, this dumbass decided to kill the king.
For very good reasons.
Well, either way, he decided to rope in Maddox, who was just quietly practicing magic and working at an inn.
They approached me. They wanted magic to be legal again.
Well, either way, as they were getting preparations ready to ward the entire palace and kill the king in one perfectly effective spell, this one decided he was just too impatient and stormed the palace himself, getting Maddox locked in the dungeons and himself sent to a cushy provincial town to fuck around for 2 years.
Wow, that is quite unfair.
Now you've been back for what, 3 months? And you haven't seen them once?
I don't want to get my head exploded. Thank you very much. There's no way they'd work with me again.
Unless their girlfriend convinces them to.
Maya, why are you agreeing to this? You realize they'd have to stay here with me after you run away until we kill the king, right? Wouldn't you prefer running off together to your life of countryside bliss as soon as possible?
Rowan, if you kill the king and take the throne, everybody will fucking hate you. You can't exactly kill off every single prehistoric minister and commander our dad was close to.
But if a bloodthirsty mage kills the king and you drive them away before they can lay more ruin to the palace, you'll be lauded as a hero.
And then you'll legalize magic and we can actually live in countryside bliss instead of countryside constant fear of the king coming to show off and carry them off. Maddox still wants magic legalized. And I could get them to tolerate you for enough to kill him, and then afterwards, you'll never bother us again.
Fine.
Perfect! We'll gain an important magical asset for killing the king.
One other problem, genius. Who let them out? Everyone will be looking for whoever released the mage from the ultra-secure mage-proof prison.
Oh, well.
Jason,
That could get him killed.
the guard of the ultra-secure magic-proof prison. He has access, he could make a stupid mistake, not to mention we can frame him for my murder. A lover's quarrel or something. He's not smart enough to talk his way out of it, and after he does get caught, all of us would walk away scot-free. And if Maddox got caught, at least they wouldn't be facing a murder charge.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Besides, he won't get killed. He's the king's faithful guard of, what, a decade? He might get a life sentence, but as soon as he's free, as soon as I'm king, I'd free him.
He wouldn't have an alibi. He's always on guard alone.
And without a body, there's no proof he didn't do it.
Can you swear that you'll set him free once you're king?
Fine, I swear.
We just need to make sure it's obvious that Jason did it. We could plan something of his at the murder scene.
Is there anything he cares about a lot? Something distinctive?
I don't know. We can't plant clothing. He wears the same chainmail plus tunic combo every day.
That's his uniform.
Maybe one of his bird books?
Yes. Some post-murder light reading. Might as well drop a note that says Jason was here and leave big footprints in blood, alright?
Well, then you come up with some ideas then, smartass.
His dagger.
What?
We could use that dagger he carries everywhere. The one you got him 2 birthdays ago, Maya?
Oh, right. that one.
I've never seen him without it. And it's got both your names engraved on the hilt.
So when it's found covered in blood, and he can't explain why, perfect scapegoat.
Great. Louis, you'll see him tomorrow, right? He'd be pretty suspicious if I suddenly developed an interest in him. And we can't risk Maya seeming like she knows anything about this.
It has to be you.
Just go up to him, distract him for a bit, and slip it in your pocket. Easy.
I suppose I could do that.
Wonderful! We're counting on you.
All right. We'll all meet back here tomorrow night.
Just try not to fuck it up, dear brother. And if you get them hurt, I will kill you myself.
Louis, can you stay here for a second?
Of course. What do you need?
What the fuck was that? I told you no. I ordered you not to talk to Maya.
You can scrap my flawless plan if you want to.
Your plan is fine. But if this is going to work, you're going to have to trust me.
I suppose.
I'll figure out how to get to Maddox today. Will you come back this evening? I mean, I'm pretty sure this bed is better than whatever dormitory they house the secretaries in.
Of course.
Good. See you then.
You.
Me. Hello, friend.
And where the fuck have you been?
Oh, you know, banished. Jeez, what a dump.
Oh, well, I am so sorry, Your Royal Highness. I didn't have time to clean up before your royal visit. I know you've been back for 3 months, fucker.
Well, the reason I've been working so hard at my cover story as a pleasure-seeking imbecile is because I'm planning something big. Something I need your help with.
Is it
Killing the king? Oh, yes. Maddox, I've got a plan, a better one.
A better one? A better one than the one that I painstakingly crafted. The one that you ruined.
Yes! I have people working with me this time. Maya, the princess.
I know who Maya is.
All right, lover maid, she told me.
But I thought she'd be smart enough not to work with a dumbass like you.
This dumbass was smart enough to find his way into your little cell and snag the keys from Jacob on his way down.
You mean Jason? Oh dear, what daring tactic did you have to resort to? Pretending to throw a ball but hiding it behind your back?
No, I had Louis distract him. Oh, right. That's our other co-conspirator, Louis, the king's most trusted assistant. The perfect alibi. We're going to fake Maya's murder, frame Jason for it. She escapes to the mountains while the three of us take down the king, and then you get to join her and, I don't know, grow flowers or whatever the hell you two are planning on doing. Pretty good, right?
Fine, we can go over whatever your plan is once you get me out of here.
Right. Good.
Yes?
Oh, well, I figured you could, you know, magic us out of here a little, you know?
Or I could blow your head off.
Right.
Bad news, genius. I can't cast spells in here. We have to leave the way you got in.
Oh. Can't you, like, stick a hand out the window or something?
I'm out of practice. I
I
try to transport us now, I'm just as likely to send us to the king's bedchambers as well as yours.
God. Great. Fine. Wrap yourself in this. Don't say anything to anyone.
Is this a bad time for this?
Jason, I thought you were still on your shift. What's the problem now?
The king wanted us to practice for the wedding ceremony 15 minutes ago, but they'll wait for us.
Tell them to cut it off, Jason. I'm busy. I won't be able to make it.
No, it'll be fine. It's just you know.
I can't right now, Jason. Tell them the wedding is off.
Oh. What did I do?
Nothing. That's the problem. You know, if you ever stood up for yourself once, or backed me up, or, I don't know, didn't take my dad's every word as gospel, we wouldn't be in this situation. We don't even love each other.
Of course I love you. We're fiancés.
We're only fiancés because the king told you to propose to me.
And because we've been dating for 4 years.
Why? Because it's your job? Because the king told you to?
Does it matter why?
Jason, I'm in love.
Yeah, me too.
Not with you. But I know what it feels like, and I don't think you do.
Oh, what does it feel like?
The first thing to note is that it physically hurts. At least that's what I feel when they're apart. I wake up with every single nerve tied in a knot, dreading my lonely day start. Everything else in life no longer has a point, or feels like it keeps shouting out their name. It's eating me from the inside out, but I can't stop playing this game. Describing it's like trying to denominate the sun, when all I know is that it's way too much. And words of mine could never do it justice, though I know it's endlessly tempting and burns at my touch. Despite this, I forget all of the instincts I have known, chasing after this flame every day. Once I embrace it, if it is what kills me, I'll be smiling as my skin melts away. 'Cause when you're alone, you've grown to be part of something and somebody more. Suddenly everything bars sing about and insane things that stories depict, like lovers who kill and die for each other, isn't just part of a script. Every forward account isn't over the top, every sappy phrase isn't cliche. Everything I read about this feeling of love feels like something I'd say, and it all just makes sense. You know, it all just makes sense. Galaxy or deep into the sea, and something boundless that'll ignore you. You're suddenly part of a divine experience that thousands have gone through right before you. And in this pain you share with generations past, it's a happiness beyond compare. A happiness that's uniquely yours, a happiness that'll always be there. And you're not alone, and you've grown to be part of something and somebody more. Suddenly everything bards sing about and insane things that stories depict, like lovers who kill and die for each other, isn't just part of a script. Every florid account isn't over the top, every sappy phrase isn't cliche. Everything I read about this feeling of love feels like something I'd say, and it all just makes sense. You know, it all just makes sense. And you learn each I love you shouldn't feel forced, though you learn it 4 years too late. Better than living my life in ignorance, apathy's turning to hate. 'Cause some might be fine living life in the dark, if that's what works for you. I can't explain love to someone without it. It's a revelation, a breakthrough. Yes, we were alone, but we've grown to be part of something and somebody more. And it all just makes sense. You can't know, no, you can't know. But I swear
That sounds lovely, Your Highness.
I think I just need a few more days. Some space before we dive back into all of that wedding stuff. Could you give me a few days of space?
Of course.
When I'm ready, I'll come find you. I promise.
Of course, Princess. Take all the time you need.
Mm.
Oh, you missed a spot in the back. Here.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Your favorite color is...
The black is because I'm in mourning for my dead mom.
Oh, I bet that sexy little fact trumps the pants off of all of your hookups.
Well, black is also sexy. People find it, I don't know, hot and dangerous.
Where's Maya?
In her room, probably. Whoa. Wanted criminal, remember? You'll see her tonight when we stage the murder.
Fine. And then after, can I go with her?
So, little problem. Or, well, it won't be a problem if you don't make it one. But I need your help to kill the king. Making fireballs, silencing guards, that sort of thing.
And why would I do that?
Because our old friendship means that much to you. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
2 years I wasted waiting while you dallied as you please. If this is how you treat your friends, I'd hate to say your enemies. When making you king, fix a whole defective state. Any trust in petty promises was left behind that prison grate. So the government's lacking, so the scriptures aren't right. Who cares what's new, what can we do, and who the hell asked you to fight? Old friend, I know you too well. You're narcissistic as who won't go easy on the cell. Old friend, I don't need you anymore, so take your bag of deadly tricks and your milquetoast politics. I'll get out this time before you lock the door.
Sure, run off with your lover and forget the things we planned. Unlike you, I can't just leave. My life is under his command. What happened to the scholar who would speak for hours on end of a truth who can't be silenced and despises up again? What happened to the firebrand making sparks behind the inn, saying magic's not a danger and wanting power's not a sin? Old friend, I know you too well. You're a rebel who can't even put a price on what I sell. Old friend, you need me more than before. If you run away and hide, you'd always win if you tried. Would one more battle be enough to win the war?
How dare you speak its name when you barely understand? Magic isn't some docile creature that does whatever you command. Older than darkness, older than light, stronger than secrets, stronger than might. Gnawing and thrashing, it needs to be free. A much older friend than you could ever be.
Between a king who'll execute you or one who'll just recruit you, tell me, friend, which one you think is worse? He won't believe that you've just vanished, so how long until you're banished? Sure, your body's taken off inside ours. Whoa, old friend,
I'm not as stupid as I was.
old friend, just do it for the cause.
Old friend, you're just here to get me caught.
Old friend, I'm the best chance that you've got.
Old friend, now you're reckless, you didn't it?
Old friend, you still
tried to show resistance. That was the point of my existence. I thought martyrdom was all that I deserved. But with my heart in my hand, this won't be my final stand. I'll save your life for hers to be preserved.
Oh, friend, I know you too well. You're the last one I would want to keep me company in hell. Old friend, as always, this is a war, so let your forces for this. There's a murder to commit.
That when I died to show resistance, that was the point of my existence.
Well, you're
I
the
thought
last one I
martyrdom
would
was all
want to
that
keep
I
me
deserved.
covered in hell.
With my heart in my hand, you won't be my final stand. I'll save your life for hers to be
There's a murder to
preserved.
commit. Old friend, I know you too well. You're the last one I would want to keep me company in hell.
Old friend, as always, this is a war, so let your forces forbid. There's a murder to commit if you don't fuck it up. This time we'll win for sure.
Hello, stranger.
Do you have the dagger yet?
Not yet. I'll get it by tonight.
Good. Good. Maddox is in my room now. I'm not sure I trust the new plan. Maddox is more dangerous than I thought. And do you really think Maya's going to give up palatial charms to just rough it in the woods for the rest of her life?
Yes. If she wanted things the easy way, why would she date a dangerous imprisoned mage?
Because she's naive and she's never experienced a consequence in her life.
Oh, so is she naive or is she going to double cross us?
Both! or neither. I don't know. Even if she is genuinely helping us now, I don't trust the two of them to stay out of the way after I'm king. I think we should kill her. Don't you remember how eager she was to throw Jason under the bus? They've been dating for years. She's working for herself and for herself only.
It is quite cruel what we're doing to him, Jason.
Exactly. We don't want to be on the receiving end of that cruelty.
What about Maddox? There's no way they'd help you if you killed their girlfriend.
Well, we're staging her murder anyway. We'll send them away just before Maya leaves and finish the job then. We don't have to tell them until after we've killed the king.
This is a terrible idea.
This is the right idea. No loose ends. Nothing that will come back to haunt us as rulers.
Us as rulers.
Oh, well, I've been thinking a lot about who I'd like to sort of have by my side once I'm king. Not equal power, you understand, but you could be some kind of prince consort. Nobody would outrank you except for me.
Wow, I'm honored, Rowan. I would love to, but
Me too. But in order to get there, and in order to feel secure, we have to do this. Keep this airtight.
fine. I won't stop you. But I'm not gonna help you either. I can't have that on my conscience.
Fine. Just get the dagger and stay out of my way.
Will do. Good day, sir. Here are the knight's letters.
What do I look like, an errand boy? Deliver them yourself.
Fine. I just thought you wanted to deliver them to your friends. I guess I'll just have to go over and tell them what a wonderful friend
All
you
right.
are to me.
Fine. Give them here.
Oh, my engagement present. How is it?
Oh, it's really good, actually. Thank you. The guy who writes them is great at what he does. I already have birds at the Southern Isles and finches around the world, but I've never had an illustrated one. Must have cost a fortune.
Oh, it was nothing. I'm so happy you're enjoying it.
It might be the best engagement gift I've gotten. The king got me a sword with his coat of arms on the pommel, which is nice, but it's also what he got me for my graduation, and I'm not really sure what to do with two swords.
Wow, I'm honored. If we ever visit the provinces, I can show you all the birds in real life.
I'm never going to visit the northern provinces. I'm needed here.
Well, I grew up in the north as a kid. My memory's not the sharpest in the world, but I can try to describe what they were like.
You're from the north? I never would have guessed. You seem like you sprang into being a fully formed courtier.
Well, thank you. I moved here when I was 7, so I've had time to learn the ropes and lose my accent.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, well, I was born in a nearby town, I think, or the king thinks I'm an orphan. But it's completely fine. I have a better life here than I could ever dream of. The king takes care of me, and I've got a job I love, a job I'm good at. So, not as interesting as you.
That's way more interesting. I'm glad you found a home here.
Yeah.
Are you in love with Maya?
Did she put you up to this? She said we talk about this later.
No, I swear, I'm sorry if it's a touchy subject. We can talk about something else.
No, it's fine. Of course I'm in love with Maya. We're engaged. You'd be the biggest fool in the world if I wasn't in love with her. Right?
I wouldn't know.
Don't you fool around with a lot of guys? I thought you'd have figured out love by now.
That's nowhere near love. Sometimes if I want something from someone and they want a little intimacy in return, well, why would I turn that down?
You can't just... you shouldn't... It's not a currency you can exchange.
Why not? I'm cute.
Even worse. You need to use it responsibly. How can you know they don't think it's love?
I don't want to contaminate your big nightly brain. A relationship is like a ring. Who needs to commit or attach? Slip it on or off any finger. Switch it out if your outfit doesn't match.
If you don't want a real relationship, you shouldn't play with people's feelings. Like, don't you think the prince is in love with you?
An accessories for joy, not love. As I'm sure you will understand once you see the many jeweled rings on Rowan Astor's hand. They're great for looking pretty, great to gather if you're bored.
Great to symbolize your place if you're too galore.
Great as a distraction.
Great, you're great,
Hey!
Great to have a ring-shaped ring, punctuate each punch I throw.
Honestly, it does no harm if the gems are fakes.
Keep the metal tight around your finger till it aches.
God, I pity the poor soul whom you pursue. Not a thing you say will ring true. 'Cause you've got self-centered ways that are hard to ignore.
You use people.
You think they're a chore. God, I pity the poor soul whom you pursue. But I'd rather die than talk about it with you.
You think there's two options, either fuck and then forget, or let love give way for every day to fit your dream vignette.
Think something else could happen.
Think he wouldn't fall for you, even if he didn't want, even if you didn't want them to.
They can fall right out of love with me if they need.
You don't know about love, it doesn't often ring.
God, I pity the poor soul whom you'll pursue. Not a thing you say will ring true. You've got self-centered ways that are hard to ignore. You think they're a chore. God, I pity the poor soul whom you'll pursue. But I'd rather die than talk about it with you. 'Cause why would I care what you knew about this? Any insights you have are dull and cheap. And why would I care about how you would kiss or hold someone to your chest as you sleep? And why does it matter what soft kind of pattern your heart would sing in that embrace? Why does it thrill to think of the chill of your ring tracing down someone's face? Honestly, would it do harm if your hand brushed mine?
If your pants weren't so damn tight, maybe I'd be fine.
God, I envy the poor soul whom you'll pursue. Not a thing you say will ring true. 'Cause I've got self-centered ways that are hard to ignore.
I'll hurt both of us.
Not all distractions are called for.
I were the one.
I were the one you chose to pursue. But I'd rather die than talk
talk about it with you.
Oh.
Is this one the one?
Maddox, I will tell you when we get to Maya's room. It's over here.
I cannot do it. I mean, what if my breath smells? What if she doesn't like the color brown?
Oh,
and
come on, lover mate, we're going in.
Hi. You smell so nice. like firewood or summer evenings.
You're such good kisses.
Oh, you're so soft. I would have thought in the
Okay, get a room. Or actually get into this one before we get caught.
Hello?
I'll get it.
Here it is. One dagger, freshly picked.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Louie.
Charmed and Maddox.
Oh, come on. You'll have your whole lives to make out.
I'll be off to your bedchambers for that alibi of yours, Rowan.
Of course. Try not to have too much fun without me.
Right, come on. Oh, you have a princess to kill.
Oh, fuck! The guards must have figured out Maddox is gone. We have to go fast.
Okay, so they come in here and they fight and then he stabs her here and then
If we get caught because you can't take action, I'll haunt you for the rest of your days. Just knock shit around, toss some clothes to the ground. The dagger's enough, we don't need more delays. Not a second to lose, if nobody has died. Just stage a murder so grisly that nobody survived.
With the evidence true, in a sea of moon.
Poor princess slain on her own regal bed.
Sir Jason just had a rush of blood to the head.
We need some blood, obviously. Come here.
Yours.
That's not gonna be enough.
What if my life outside's not what I wanted? Is this the worst mistake I've ever made? A palace of riches is nothing to sniff at, but I'd never be free if I stayed. Falling in love makes you foolish. It blurs everything else from your sights. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've known all along. Without Maddox, no choice could be right. There's no turning back now when their lives on the line. If it's dying for me now, it's time to risk mine. And when the danger is past, we'll go flowers and laugh at the lives we could be living instead. Betting it on a rush of blood to the head. Maybe you could do something? Cast a spell.
I thought you said your magic was gone.
It is. Sort of. There's an ipso too much, it shrinks for a touch, or and go see if they get the chance. But there's no time to lose, I just have to try. It's worse if I drown or I'm hung out to dry. If I remember the way, I can fix this display. Make sure she seems perfectly dead. If I can count on a rush of blood to the head.
Maybe she's not the one I should watch for. I think Maddox is dangerous too. But combined they're ambitious and clever. Let them go and more troubles ensue. Can I kill her to make my rules certain? Is there a chance she won't intervene? Maybe she wants to leave, maybe she's just naive. But how long till she wants to be queen? I've got to act first if I want to be sure. Some unpleasantness now makes my power secure. But if she's not a threat, will I come to regret ignoring this feeling of dread? Another misstep, a rush of blood to the head. I swore a blood oath to bring us justice, like the blood tide rising on the wall. So Coruscant is bad, how's it worse than killing Dad? Even blood-related angels have to fall.
Dead princesses go to heaven when they found their way. They never have to listen to what other people say. Dead princesses go to heaven and hold their lovers close. They sacrifice their fathers for the ones they love the most. Keep your words if you're not careful, and I am very careful. When the roaring gets inside your head, you do have time to think. It will flood if you're not careful, and I am very careful. When it tries to knock me over, I let it wash me to the brink.
That's too much blood.
Older than dark,
Quiet.
older than light, stronger than secrets, stronger than light. Fuck.
That's one way to make sure they don't look for me.
Come on, let's finish up. Dead princesses go to heaven when they found their way. They never have to listen to what other people say. Dead princesses go to heaven and their lovers close. They sacrifice their fathers for the ones they love the most. Dead princesses go to heaven and they found their way.
Like the
They
blood
never
tide
have to
rising
listen
on
to
the
what other
wall.
people say.
If suicide is bad, how's it worse than killing Dad? Even blood-related angels have to fall.
And no one ever will know a perfect princess's blood. Just a crime of passion, a rush of blood to the head.
Fuck, they're coming, you have to get out of here.
Be careful. I love you. I love you.
A rush of blood to the head. A rush of blood to...
It's cute, you know?
What?
You think you could get away with it without me knowing?
I kinda did, yeah.
What? You think you mean you're being subtle? Come on. Like, I wouldn't be able to notice my own brother falling in love?
What?
You are stuck to Louis like a wax seal on a little rose-scented letter.
We're just allies.
Sure. I'm just saying, I know how it feels, and, well, consider this an invitation to run away with me and Maddox.
What? But I'm going to be king.
Rowan, I know you. You don't like procedures, policies, and politics any more than I do.
I can't.
But a life where you're truly free, without any responsibilities, think about it. Free from danger, where nobody knows who you are.
But I have a duty to Maddox, to legalize magic, and I have to make my father pay for what he did to my mother, to me, to you, Maya!
Rowan, it's okay to take a break. Trust me, it's such a relief.
Louis wouldn't come with me, I don't think. He's using me. If I'm not going to be king, he might just...
Love is scary. And trusting people's not really your forte, but the palace, It's not the only thing that matters. It breeds stuff like this. Backstabbing, lying, murder. I'm afraid that whatever good is left in you is gonna get swallowed up whole.
That's not freedom out there. Freedom is when nobody can control you, when you can do whatever you want.
You're not gonna find that in here. There's no point in waiting.
When your deception is in danger from each nosy palace stranger, you need a little mastermind whose destiny is intertwined.
When you're elbow deep in treason, there is always ample reason to trust the man who stands to lose the most if you disclose the ruse.
He's a manipulative bastard with a razor smile, but
What's the harm in keeping him to sleep a while? When pretenses are draining, it's immensely entertaining
to screw someone you know will take you with them when they go. Allies with benefits, a perfect compromise. Allies with benefits.
when you're lost in your disguise.
Allies with benefits.
Why should it be remiss if the one man you could blackmail is one of the men you kiss?
We live in perfect confidence with one another. We lie like rugs to everyone except each other.
No need to put a label on a love affair so stable.
Mutual destruction is a consummate seduction. Allies with benefits who never feud or fight. Allies with benefits who enjoy a sleepless night. Allies with benefits, a real stroke of luck. When the one man you could murder is one of the many.
It's best to bet a partner who knows how to end your life. At least you'll know just where to look before you feel the knife. Though we both have other lovers, there's no thrill like certain death that can point you to the person who could take away your breath. So your friends should be close and your enemies dead, but your allies are best kept beside you in bed.
Allies with benefits when you could lose your head. Allies with benefits, why not give some instead? Allies with benefits,
It's a functional flirtation.
allies with benefits, a growing fascination.
Allies with benefits, whatever tricks we try, I'm proud to be your ally. With benefits.
The royal court of Astor in a state of disarray. The king has been grieving since his daughter went away. The princess has been murdered. The fiancé's been accused.
The prince dallies with the clerk, which is barely excused.
A mage left the prison. They could find you today. There's danger at the doorstep, and in each word you say.
I heard he was the king's most trusted soldier.
I heard that he would never hurt a fly.
Now he's in the prison waiting trial. I heard he chopped her up to make sure that she died.
This is all just a misunderstanding. I've been loyal through and through, but the rumors and lies keep expanding, and I don't know what to do.
He'll have a nasty surprise if the big guy realizes.
On his day in court,
I heard the maid stole the key from Sir Bartok.
I heard they used their foul powers on his mind.
The king has sent out soldiers to the farthest land, seeking unexplained events of any kind. I try to force the magic to come faster, but it dries up and dances out of reach. I ought to rest, but each day I request Rowan fills with an infuriating speech.
support the king, but he should know a simple no would be a crime.
The plan is going perfectly to order. Every day we're getting closer than before. But Louis makes me feel something different. Every moment with him leaves me wanting more.
I think he's going insane, nothing else can explain the lack of play in court. Impossible is the word, and attention away. The king's violent moves get worse every day. Keep an eye on each thread, or you're sure to regret another day in court.
I heard the princess died without a witness.
I saw someone like her by my farm.
It's tragic she wasn't here longer. The court seems pale without her charm.
I love my farmhouse by the hillside. I grow vegetables medics would like. I find the town crier on Mondays to hear if they manage to strike.
There's no need to pretend what a summer demand. No say in court.
I heard work has for Louis exhausted.
Doing Jason's the king's at his own.
I heard his late nights with Rowan aren't restful, but his smile shines like a precious stone.
Now I have power, a place, and a purpose. I'll do my best, I guarantee. Though Jason must be lonely, it's the only way to be the statesman I was meant to be.
If he remembers the star and never questions his part, he'll hold sway in court. Impossible to tell where the chaos will end. Stay on your toes and try not to offend. There's a power struggle brewing, cause it's always worth pursuing. If you keep abreast, you'll have your day in court.
Your pay in court.
Your play in court.
Your stay in court.
Your sway in court.
Your day in
Your
court.
pay.
Your play in court.
Your sway in court.
Your day
Your
in
pay.
One way or another, you'll have your day in court.
How's the royal correspondence looking?
The king's furious about Jason. I think he's internalized it as his fault for trusting him that much.
Serves him right for trusting the bastard so long.
I still feel responsible. People are allowed to visit his cell after the trial, so I'm going later today. Should I bake him something? Do you know where I can find currants? No, wait, that's too suspicious.
I think going down there in the first place is pretty suspicious. I hardly see you all day. What have you been doing?
Nothing much, just making some preparations for when you're king.
Oh, really? And what are those, darling?
Firstly, the distribution of grain in the autumn seasons is completely idiotic and could easily be fixed by altering the paths of grain barges. Secondly, we need to stop helping the neighboring countries in their border skirmishes. Not once have they supplied us with the same aid to us. Oh, and we need to address the textile industries in the South. The mining of those areas has been incredibly detrimental to local populations, from unfair wages to disturbances in sacred mountains.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
When you're excited about something, your eyes get so big, it just makes me want to...
Rowan, again, I'm tired.
This is why you'll be great ruling with me.
I'm glad you can see my vision, and Drive will help you lead the country into an era of momentous peace.
Mm-hmm. Sure, darling. You'll be very useful.
Ah, great.
So, wouldn't you like to be of use?
Hello? Jason?
What do you want? Come to gloat?
No, I thought you'd be lonely and bored down here. So I brought you some books from your room, the thickest ones I could carry, and I noticed this was also in your room. thought you might want to have it.
Thank you. I've read most of them before, but it's not like I've got them memorized. Unfortunately, the only thing I had when they arrested me was the Goat Guard's Guide to Palace Security. If I have to read about drawbridge etiquette one more time, I'm gonna lose it. You're still here?
Would you like me to go?
No, I feel guilty, I guess. I didn't think you'd want to hang out with me. I've had a long time to think down here, and I wanted to apologize for giving you such a hard time at work. I don't know, I've been doing my job for a long time, and when some prissy little upstarts came in and started telling me how to do it better, I just didn't handle it well.
Thank you. I'm sorry for also giving you a hard time. You're really good at your job.
Thanks. Your clothes aren't actually that silly.
Thank you. Your uniform isn't that drab either. It's quite flattering.
Oh. Well, glad you like it.
I looked through some of your other bird books a little. I saw the most delightful little pinkish bird outside the gardens yesterday. A juvenile sunset thrush.
That's fascinating. I wonder why he's all the way up there. They're very territorial, you know. And usually male juveniles get kicked out of their flock to try and start their own. Maybe he's looking for a mate.
That might be so. Are you able to see any birds through that little window over there?
Well, it looks out at the training field, so you only really see them early in the morning before drills, but I can kind of see part of the forest, and that's a transition zone. So you even get a handful of bigger birds with prey out there sometimes. So far it's been 47 moonfinches, although some of them are probably repeats. 16 red-tailed warblers, 18 round-headed swanlets, and 3 owls. Although I can't tell what kind they are because they're so far away. And that tree over there, I think they're a family. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to bore you.
No, it's fascinating.
What's happening out there in the palace? They don't tell me anything down here.
Lots of mourning. Everyone's dressed in all black. Not too much of a change for Rowan, but they're planning to have a big royal funeral the day after tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know it would be so soon.
I wanted to ask if there was anything you wanted me to place in her casket.
Oh, her casket? I thought they never found her. I thought there wasn't anything to bury.
Yes, the king has chosen to fill it with things instead. Mementos he has, I guess. Her first dress, her old tiaras, paintings her friends did of her, that kind of thing.
And he's really okay with me putting something in it.
I probably wouldn't let him know it was from you.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll think about it. Does he really think I did it?
As far as I can tell, yes. He's quite emotional.
I can't believe he would. Were you at the trial?
He forbade me from going.
The guys defending me kept trying to frame it like a lover's quarrel. You know, I was stressed about the mage, like in a fit of rage. I told him not to pretend I did it, but I wasn't allowed to speak in my own defense. I didn't realize that until after the trial. I kept waiting for the chance to go up there and say I never wanted to hurt a hair on her head, but they never gave me it.
That's terrible. God, if I were there, I would have just walked right up.
They said I'd receive a lesser sentence if the king thought I was just caught up in my emotions or whatever, but God, we fought sometimes, of course, but you have to believe me, Louis, I would never hurt her.
Of course I believe you. I thought the king would too. I thought I'd know better. That fucker.
Surely he doesn't deserve such strong language. That could sound like treason. You know, as fun as it would be to have you locked in here with me, you shouldn't worry about it. He knows how loyal I am to him. He'll let me out as soon as he can.
And you'll be equally as loyal to him as you were before he threw you in here.
Of course. Even a good sword sometimes misses. That doesn't mean you scrap it. You get better wielding it. I'm a good guard. Best he's ever had. When he finds the real culprit, he'll set me free. Right?
Of course.
I just don't get how everyone seems to believe I'd do something like that. Why don't you?
I know you. You like waterfalls and currant pastries, not stabbing your girlfriend in the dead of night. God, okay, I'm sorry. That was such a stupid joke. I'm so...
It's fine. Stupidly fine. I keep wondering if there's something wrong with me. I know I should be crying like the king or braiding mourning lockets out of her hair like the ladies, but I just can't. I don't feel anything. Maybe she was right. I thought love was remembering her birthday. I thought love was linking her arm with mine in a perfect dance in a gesture or a glance. If that's not love, then I don't know. I thought love would fasten us forever. I thought love would mean I'd miss her more. But now she's gone, and it's easy to go on, and that's not love, so I don't know. I feel like there's something I was missing all along, like watching shadows dance before a flame. I thought all I had to do was cast the proper shape, but perhaps they were reflections of a feeling I can't name. I thought love was meant to be pretending. I thought love was a magic lantern show. But maybe I was the one caught in a lie. That's not love, then I don't know. I said that love was like staring at the sun, a burning, twisting light you can't deny. I said that love was like a plunge into the sea, the most pleasant and most lovely way to die. Maya said she couldn't tell if I couldn't feel it, or if I'd never bothered to try. But how do you describe the sun to someone who has never seen the sky? Maybe love is the realm of kings and poets. Maybe love isn't meant for guys like me, words whose meaning I can't feel, imitating something real. I can't have love, that's all I know.
Jason, you're a very smart guy, and that's the dumbest thing you've ever said. I don't know anyone as full of love as you. The forest and the sky and those warblers, swanlets, and owls. You have so much love for everything around you. I think it'll also be evident to whoever you fall in love with. You'll treat her like the world.
Well, I'm not interested in those things because I love them, just because they're interesting and beautiful and a little difficult to understand. So when I figure them out, it feels like a reward. Maybe you're right. If I could find someone like that, then she'd get the same treatment. But I just don't think she exists.
Orders from the king.
I executed. Executed? It's tomorrow midnight. He thinks I did it.
That can't be right. That can't be possible. Wait, sir, there's been a mistake. That can't actually happen.
I don't like it either, kid. I'm just the messenger.
I won't let this
Get
happen.
out!
I won't let
Leave
this
me alone!
Dearest beloved, whatever folks say, I hope you are having a wonderful day. How are the hens? Just the lady next door still asks why the face on the coin looks like yours. Maya, please let me know where you are before Owen pushes me one step too far. He's starting to threaten instead of annoy, wearing my patience thin. And his accomplice, the love's on that boy, they get a room that I'm not in. To hell with these courtiers and princes and fakes, but also for through it if that's what it takes. I just want freedom, no strings or kings attached.
Maddox, my beloved, the chickens have all gotten past their egg shyness. My hair is no longer like that of Her Highness. Don't leave the palace, I'll give no address until you make sure the coup's a success. Rowan's a fool, scare him into place. He fully thinks you could blow up his face. Magic's future and ours are both threatened. Be patient with everything. Make nice with Rowan to get you both set and kill that goddamn king. I'll wait till the day you can join me and then we won't have to see that old palace again. You'll have freedom, no strings or kings attached.
Dear Maya, your stories are sweet and diverting, but things you say about the king are disconcerting. He is your god, are you aware of the fact that his life will end this way? It's a big change from palace to countryside, and if it's strange to me, your dad's careless, right? But if you come to your senses later, the king might be great, but you'll want something greater.
Maddox, my heart. Our cottage is one built for two on a hill. I planted some sage and some parsley and dill. Not for some fling, but the rest of my life, 'cause queen is no title compared to your wife. And as for my dad, every second I'm here, more ways he restricted my life become clear. Maybe I'm just a heartless traitor, maybe he's a poor old man. Maybe I will regret this later, but I don't think I can. As long as he lives, where I shake by his hands, and your lives and Rowan's or his the command. We don't need him, no strings or kings to throne and succeed him, no strings or kings. We'll have freedom, no strings or kings attached.
Oh, hi, Maddox. Is Rowan in?
Nope.
I need to talk to him. That can't wait until tomorrow.
Good luck.
Maddox, how many guards are usually on shift in the jail?
Just Jason most of the time. I guess they have someone else there now. There wasn't much of a reason for more. That cell is magic tight. The only way out is if someone unlocks the door. Huh. Did you know that the king hadn't used the warlock-proof cells for 50 years before I showed up? He brushed them off special. Lucky me.
I didn't even know they had warlock-proof cells.
Well, yeah, no one knows shit about them. The church destroyed every bit about magic that they could get their hands on. Even all of my knowledge is all burnt up parchment scraps and folk tales. It was too dangerous to the wrong people.
What do you mean?
The nobles. Think, if every kid has the chance to be born with magic, that means every kid. If a serf has the natural aptitude to light candles with their mind, how many shitty laws does it take before they start thinking about more than candles? How about a grain field? Or a castle?
But there were nobles with magic too, right?
Sure, but there are a lot more of us than there are of you.
So when Rowan becomes king,
Best case scenario, a healthy fear of magic will make him a better ruler than his old man. Worst case, some teenage warlock pops him a new one and we start all over again.
Hey, Maddox. Finally practicing those magic tricks.
No.
You know, you got me excited there for a second. Almost thought an actual spell was gonna hit me.
You just fuck off.
Rowan,
How is my darling dearest?
God, I'll relegate myself to my wardrobe then.
And I better see some sparks when you come back out.
Jason's been sentenced to death.
Oh. That's good. Bad?
Yes! He's going to be executed tomorrow morning. We have to help him.
Oh, God, not this again.
What do you mean?
These days it's all just been,
Oh, dear Jason, he must get so cold down there in the prison. I wonder what kind of books he likes.
do you think I should bake him something? I really could not give a shit, darling.
Oh, boo-hoo, you have to hear about the man who you framed for murder.
I'm not about to throw this entire plane away just because you have the hots for some guard with a stick up his ass.
I do not have the hots for him, Rowan. I just don't want him killed. And if you weren't drunk or high beyond belief, we could actually have a productive, mature conversation about this.
Allies with benefits means you don't get in my way.
Allies with benefits means I shut up and obey.
Allies with benefits, have you lost your fucking mind? Like the man would want to help us with a reason he's
If the
confined.
alternative is execution, then
He's a manipulative bastard.
he's just innocent.
So, what's the harm in using him?
Without his consent,
There's no friendly explanation for your insubordination.
just because I don't
chase some sucker we misled.
Allies with benefits. If I loved that poor nine, allies with benefits, you said that would be alright. Allies with benefits, nothing more and nothing less. If you don't want any labels, you can't say they've been transgressed.
So love his body if you have to, but your loyalty should always lie with me. Together we are strong. People die, but they're all wrong. And when we're sitting on the throne, they'll have to say.
I thought I was her, what did you call it, prince consort?
I keep thinking about our coronation day in the gold chapel at noon when the sunlight comes through the stained glass window and will catch in your hair and turn it all red and blue and yellow like a jewel. And you look so beautiful. And I'm wearing white. 'Cause it's a new start. 'Cause all this is at rest. 'Cause my mom is at rest. 'Cause we put all of this behind us.
You're drunk.
Ask me again tomorrow morning, and I will say exactly the same thing.
Of course, I want to be king. Of course I want to be by your side. But if Jason dies, I don't think I could ever forgive you.
Oh.
I don't want to rush our plan, but if you could just last a few more days. Is there any chance you could petition your father?
I don't want you going behind my back again like you did with Maya. There's no need to put us all at risk like that.
Of course. I'd never do such a thing. Apologies for interrupting your afternoon, dearest.
I could try to petition my father.
Thank you.
Would that make you happy?
Yes.
Right. Put that bottle somewhere for me. I'd better try and sober up. Don't tell me where.
Of course. Red and blue and yellow, just give me a smile. Kisses down a cheekbone, stay here for a while. Forget about the nation, forget about what's right. Voice a reservation, and kiss will turn to bite. If everyone in all white has shoes we've stained with red, you'll inherit your true birthright, a crown of bones and lead, a crown of bones and lead. And at the execution, you'll flash that charming grin and ask me for a kiss by tilting up my chin, and I'll do what I've been told as you make each call, 'cause I can't leave this chokehold, I'm just too small. When you're small, a life of charms and princely arms is worse off than the start, when you are just the favorite of a man without a heart. When you're small, he'll patronize, feed pretty lies, he wants to keep you down. And if you don't take action, serve another twisted crown. When you're small, sneak out at night and do what's right. A life is in your hands for some godforsaken reason. You're the only one who understands. Prince, you don't have much to offer. You don't look good in black. What if my pearly dagger ends up buried in your back? And I'm sorry you're so lonely, but my back's against a wall. And we don't owe you jack shit, Jason least of all. If everyone in all white has shoes they stained with red, I'd rather have my poor knight than your crown of bones and lead. Jason.
What? What do you...
Shh. I'm getting you out.
What? Out of... Louis, does the king know you're down
No,
here?
come on, we have to hurry.
Where are we going?
My room. The king won't immediately look there. Especially not if I plant some clues that'll make it look like you went gallivanting off in the forest, which, let's be honest, seems much more likely.
I don't know. I'll get found out eventually, and then I'll be right back here, except I've dragged someone else down with me.
We only have to lay low for a couple of weeks, at most.
And then what? God, I'd be a fugitive. I can't do that. This is all I've known.
Prince Rowan is plotting a coup. You'll be a free man as soon as Rowan's crowned.
Rowan's gonna what? We have to stop him.
Come on, at least he doesn't want you dead like his father. Jason, if you continue to side with the king, tomorrow you won't be alive to side with anyone.
Fine. Let's get out of here. But you're gonna have to explain this again to me. Slowly.
Hi, Dad. Right.
Greetings, Your Highness.
I was wondering, that is to say, I'd like to humbly petition you for a delay of execution for Jason, that guard in the prison. Of course, he's guilty and needs to be punished, but I really haven't gotten over her death yet, sire. I've been drinking too much, trying to forget, but I just wish we hadn't been on such bad terms when she... I'm sorry. Sometimes it's too painful to talk about. I want to see that awful, violent man brought to justice. But I don't think tomorrow morning would be enough time for me to collect myself. Just give him a few days, please. Just so we can prepare something that fits how terrible his crime is. Please! What's a few days respite to a king? He's heading to the same place either way. It's just time enough for me to sober up and appear there by your side. I've been thinking, now that Maya's gone, I have to step up, right? Make sure I'm fit to be king. I wouldn't want to be in front of everyone crying my eyes out. I mean, everyone talked about how you locked yourself in your... Right. Of course. Apologies, my liege. No, I won't be down for dinner. Don't wait up.
Okay. That was terrifying. Are you all right? I can make a pot of tea.
If you think that's terrifying, I'd hate to see you in a battle.
I grabbed some of your clothes from your room earlier. They're hanging in that closet. I also managed to sneak out your sword, and there's 2 trays of pastries and vegetable pies.
Thanks. I miss this thing. I feel a lot safer with it around. I bet it can help me right now anyways. So, Roman's gonna make a bid for the throne. How? Is he gonna get the council to depose him?
It'll be a little more direct than that. He's planning to kill the king.
Oh. Shit. How do you know?
I've been working with him a little, helping with plans, things like that.
Really? You mean this whole time?
And not this whole time. He caught me in a very compromising situation, and we struck a deal.
Why didn't you just go to the king then? I'm sure he would have sorted it all out.
The king killed Rowan's mother, and Rowan thinks he only called him back to kill him as well.
No, that can't be true.
I think the king has lied about more than either of us realized. I think most people around here have.
I guess so.
Besides, I think the country will benefit from new leadership.
I don't think Rowan could walk in a straight line, much less run a country.
Not Rowan. Me. Rowan would be the figurehead, sure, but I'd be able to guide his decisions. Why do you think I've been trying to gain favor so desperately here? I know I can make a difference. I don't need status or a title, I just need influence. If Rowan were king, I would be able to affect things much sooner than if I'd worked my way up here. Like, these are just some ideas I have.
Wow, I didn't know all this was going on. Why you, though? It sounds really stressful, and you're so...
Smart?
small. Couldn't someone else do it?
I've been training for this my whole life. When I was young, my parents had to deal with a famine that crippled our province. They begged the king for aid, but he never sent anything. They even gave up their own grain stores to the peasants, thinking the king might help if they were starving, but he was too busy with some border skirmish to even respond to their letters. We worked tirelessly to end the famine without the king's help. More effective farming equipment, better crop rotations, and tiny fixes after hundreds of lives were lost. Every day I have to watch this country struggle knowing that there are feasible solutions. It's infuriating.
I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I trust you to do the right thing, but... Did Rowan kill Maya?
Maya's alive.
She's what? The blood! The dagger!
Rowan and I, along with the help of her lover, a mage, Maddox, staged her death and helped her run away.
The same Maddox I used to guard in prison?
Yes, Rowan may have been the one to set them free.
They were nice when I was guarding them. A little weird, but nice. I'm glad Maya's in good hands. Wait, did you know the king would think I killed her?
Maya and Rowan wanted to set you up. I only agreed on the condition that you'd be freed immediately after Rowan takes the throne. I'm so sorry. I thought it would be all right in the long run, but it was a terrible thing to do. And well, your sentence was unexpected, and Rowan did not want to jeopardize the plan, so I may have taken matters into my own hands.
So they were gonna let me die?
I convinced him to petition the king to delay your execution, but I wanted to take precautions.
Christ.
He was worried you'd go to the king and tell him all of this. You won't, right?
I don't know, Louis. I never thought you'd do something like this.
I know. I'm sorry about all of it, about you having to see me like this. What dragged me into this in the first place was an attempt to assassinate Rowan, to gain the king's favor. I was standing over his bed, about to stab him, when I realized it was insane and stupid and morally repugnant. But then he woke up. That's how he kind of blackmailed me into scheming with him. And I understand that helping him kill the king still results in the loss of someone's life, but I just think, I don't know if anyone deserves it better him than Rowan.
Right. Okay. Okay, Louis. This is a lot to take in. Thank you for saving my life, but I need a second to think about the rest of it. I might change and take a nap. Try not to attempt to murder me in my sleep.
Of course. If you need anything else, let me know. I think I may take a nap too. All that breaking out really took a toll on me.
Oh, okay. Do you want to...
No. Please, you take the bed. You've been sleeping in a cell. You deserve some special treatment.
No. I insist.
Please. If anything, let me be the gracious host.
There. You're a diplomat in training. Surely you appreciate the value of a mutual agreement.
Very well. Thank you for caring about my well-being.
I could say the same thing. Maddox!
happened to your face?
Nothing. Ran into a door. Look, I'm tired of waiting around for you to be ready to blast the king or whatever.
If I tried to light him up too early, I could accidentally take the entire palace with him. Not to mention that I do not have enough energy to make preparations before the assassination. You want guards walking in on you while you're holding your father at knife point?
I don't care. Blow up the whole palace if you have to.
If you say so. Goodbye!
No, wait.
Yes.
Maybe I should just do it. A quick stab never went wrong, right?
That is precisely where it went wrong last time.
Let me guess, once you have your magic back, it'll be the spring equinox, or there'll be too many guards, or there'll be some other fucked up reason to delay.
Look, you're bored. Go play with Louis. What does it matter if it's now or next week?
Because that stupid guard is slated to be executed tomorrow morning.
Rough. So?
Louis cares about it a lot, for some reason.
Too bad. Just like you have to sacrifice some time for some time, Louis will have to sacrifice his... What is Jason to him?
Coworker, allegedly.
Look, I'm going as fast as I can. I want to get this over with as soon as possible, too. I miss Maya.
Or you're just delaying while you plot your own scheme for the throne.
If I wanted the throne, I would have just waited for Maya to become queen.
None of you are listening to me. Louis is cheating on me with that loyalist guard. Maya's probably up flirting with whichever pretty peasant girls catch her eye.
And you are drunk and have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
She and I aren't that different, you know. The only thing she's ever dedicated to is being the perfect princess. Without that, who's to say she won't just get bored?
It will strike if you're not careful, and I am very careful. When you're balanced on the precipice, you don't have time to choose. It'll take your hand if you're not careful, and I am very careful.
No, please.
Never promise it a part of you you can't afford to lose. Older than darkness, older than light, stronger than secrets, stronger than light.
Guess your powers really aren't back then. Just making sure.
I'm leaving.
What?
You think you can do it by yourself, big boy? Go ahead. I hope I make it in time before Maya gets too bored.
Wait! I'm sorry. I don't really think Maya is going to get bored with you. For God's sake, she covers her letter in kisses. The mail workers think I'm having an affair.
Behind whose back? Your 10 other affairs?
Well, not really, Maddox. I'm not seeing anyone except for Louis right now. I think I'm in love with him.
Oh. Are you sure?
No!
It's not love. No, immediately if it were.
Well, fine. Yes, then I'm sure. and I just see you and Maya happy and excited and ready to escape this place after all this is done, and I wish I'd gone with her when she left. She offered, said we should all get out of here.
It's not too late.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure Louis is only sticking with me right now because I'll make him king. Not to make sure I've got to make sure magic is legalized so both of you can live free, right?
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
So, have you told Louis how you feel about him? Dumbass!
Hey, there are way more important things to deal with right now, and I don't want him to choose too soon, you know? Before he sees what I can offer.
Listen, he could be feeling the same way and be a fucking coward the same as you. Even if it doesn't work out, you'll know what love is, and you can recognize it the next time it comes along.
I don't think there'll be a next time.
So get out there and do something about it, lover boy. You're not out here trying to regain magical powers, so what are you waiting for?
I don't know. I want him to ask me or something. I'll think about it. Thank you for the advice. You're a good friend. I'd lie with anyone who wanted some leather and satin, clandestine places. More lovers at once was just more fun. More curses and praises, more corsets and laces, but they'd always leave with the morning sun. Cologne or stray stocking, their only traces. I'd remember their hands once our time was done. Beautiful hands, but never their faces. It's been 2 weeks since I last flirted or threw a party not for two. When I try to make advances, I keep forgetting what to do. I could have anyone I wanted, I mean, it's not like they'd refuse. But what scares me most is I don't want them, I don't want anyone but you. Your face, your eyes, they're written on my fingertips. Your hands, your lips, my beautiful apocalypse. If I asked you to be mine, would our purposes align? The blood of my heart, Louis, is only for you. And I'm worried when I touch you, I hurt everything I love. It could all be in my head or something rancid in my blood. And I don't know moderation, each lost moment is a theft. In a few years of fascination, will there be any of you left? But your face, your eyes, even at night I can't escape. Your hands, your lips, contentment takes a smaller shape. Your voice shimmers in the suns, I could settle in your arms. The blood of my heart will leave me, it's only for you. And maybe this is stupid and your love could just become another scar. But I bled for lesser causes than whatever holy remedy you are. If there's anyone to fix me, you're the one who'd keep me moving towards the light. If it was you I gave the power, I think giving up control could be alright. What felt like chains around my neck now feels like sweet security. If I was yours, I'd be content with safety and obscurity. And it all just makes sense. You know, it all just makes sense. If you felt my heartbeat quicken, would yours make the same reply? Just because I might still fuck it up doesn't mean I shouldn't try. You won't know unless I tell you, but I know what you will say. You feel burning, clawed and drowning, and I feel the same way. Cause your face, your eyes, they're all I need and more. Your hands, your lips are what I was looking for. Trapped by you, I feel so free. As if the only face I see, the blood of my heart, Louis, is only for you.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I turned around a lot in my sleep. I didn't mean to trap you.
It's fine. I'm sorry. I rolled around too. I completely get it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I grabbed some things from the kitchen in the morning. Ooh, we have breakfast for dinner. What would you like?
Whatever you'd like. I'm not picky.
All right, let's play a game then. Baked goods, fruits, meat, or eggs.
Okay, I got it. Can I have a strawberry scone, maybe?
Yes. Hopefully this keeps them warm. Why these?
They're your favorite.
Thank you. So, are you going to report us?
I'm not sure. I don't think that would be wise, considering what the king might do, but I'm also not sure if I can help you with this. Do you remember this?
Of course.
It means I swore to defend the king to the best of my ability, as long as I live. I know maybe the best way to do that would be to report you, but lacking that, I still don't think I can bring myself to bury a sword into one guy's back or something.
You don't have to help with anything. All you need to do is stay safe and tell me what your favorite meals are.
Why are you helping me so much? I mean, I am grateful, but I don't know, I figured you were just polite to everyone.
In the past couple of days, I've had to contemplate living in a world without you and just... I don't know if I could bear it. Maybe it's just a side effect of all the framing you for murder guilt, but I knew I had to do everything I could to keep you safe.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could do the same thing for you. Promised to keep you safe and everything, but I was such a debt to the king after he took me in as a kid. But he was also completely ready to let me die, and... I don't know, Louis. I've been doing the same thing for 10 years for the same man. I've never had to face this much uncertainty before.
Take all the time you need to think about it. It's hard to decide, but sometimes the right choice can make you immeasurably happy to be alive. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sorry.
I am happy. I was happy, at least. I thought being engaged to Maya, protecting the palace, the king liking me, that made me happy, I think. But I guess Maya hated me. I let this whole thing happen right under my nose. And the king tried to execute me. I just don't know, Louis.
Aren't there things that make you happy other than making others happy?
I don't know, birds, nature. Talking to you, sometimes.
Well, hopefully once this is all over, you can center your life around those things.
Maybe. I think that'd be nice. But, sorry, I'm so sorry.
All right. Louis, you are the most beautiful, most wonderful, most handsome boy I've ever had the pleasure. God, no, that's awful. Louis, I can't imagine a future without you by my side. I'd like to hold you tight and keep you forever like a pressed flower or like a jewel in its house. No! Louis, if you asked me to, I would throw out all of my silk neckties and never drink another drop. Okay, almost all of my silk neckties. I wish I could just... And he'd know. If he feels the same way, he'd know. Okay, I just need a knock. Just knock. Louis, I have to tell... You whore!
You want something?
Rowan, it's not what it looks like.
It's not?
Yeah, Louis, what was that? I thought you were straight, Jason. Maya wouldn't be very happy about this now, would she?
Rowan, he knows Maya's alive.
He knows? You fucking fucking idiot!
Whoa. Let's all calm down.
Rowan, I know this is hard for you to understand, but I trust him. He doesn't need to help or anything. I'm just keeping him here until the coup is over. The prison guards all think he snuck out into the forest via the fields, and they've got a search party out. No one thinks he's still in the
I don't care, Louis! I can't believe you lied to me! You sent me off to beg my father for this asshole's life, and then went behind my back to...
You lied to me too. Do you think I can't smell your wine breath from here?
Because you forced me to talk to him! I was going to stay sober, but it didn't go so well, and it just didn't work out, okay?
I'm sorry. Thank you, though, for the attempt.
Fine way to thank me.
Okay, look, I clearly don't get all the intricacies here.
Oh, really? Didn't Louis give you a 20-point presentation on every fucking detail of our plans, where the bullet points shaped like little hearts?
But, Rowan, I'm not going to reveal your plans.
Oh, what? And I'm just supposed to believe that after everyone in this entire group has been treating me like I'm stupid? For all I know, the two of you have been planning this all along. You're going to kill me!
Rowan, please, we're not. I just didn't want him to die.
Yeah, sure. And he needed true love's kiss to save his life, right?
That was my fault.
No, it was mine. I didn't know you guys were.
Well, we are. Back off, asshole.
Leave him alone.
I can't believe you're being this superficial, Louis. You're passing me over for a boring guy like that.
When have you given a shit about me other than my looks and skills in bed?
What else is there?
Okay, listen here, asshole. There's so much more to him than just that sort of thing. He's smart, and he has a photographic memory for documents, and he embroiders his own tailcoats, and talks to everyone at a ball, but when he's talking to you, it feels like he really cares about what you're saying. Like, you're the only person he'd ever want to see. If you really loved him, you'd know all that.
Ugh. Gross. What sappy ballad you quote that one out of? You can never know a person well enough to love them. Especially someone like Louis. Trust me. He's going to leave you as soon as someone better comes along. Just wait.
Shut up.
Excuse me?
Shut up. I'm not like you, Rowan. I might have been once, but I know love exists for me. I can trust people.
Yeah, well, good luck with trusting people. Never worked out for me.
I'm sorry.
Louis, you realize you brought a dangerous element into our midst. Even if he's so into you that he'd side with us, once the king finds out he's gone, he'll do another full sweep of the palace, and we can't stick them both in my wardrobe. They'll find Maddox and Jason, and then we'll all die! Louis, don't you understand that?
I planted him so the king won't be convinced he's still in the
You
palace.
can't count on that! He's hired a lot of new guards since the whole Maya thing, and this is the killer of his own daughter who escaped! He's going to look everywhere, especially behind his own back.
So what, I should have just let him die?
If that means the rest of us get to survive, yes!
Okay, look, you're angry.
No shit!
But we can still fix this. Why not do it tonight? Before he has time to discover I'm gone.
Maddox isn't ready yet.
Wait, the mage? What do they have to do with this?
They'll be vital for the actual assassination part of the plan. And they still have to regain some of their magic.
Oh, I'm sure they could figure it out. That's a brilliant idea, Jason. Thank you so much for your valuable input. We should do it tonight.
Leave him alone, please.
Oh, I'm just praising your new beau for his intelligence, Louis. You should be proud. Won't happen often. Come on, we're grabbing Maddox and we're storming the throne room right now. Fuck, ow!
Don't!
Fuck you.
Leave him alone! Fine, if you go get Maddox, most of the guards have the dinner break in half an hour. We should head out then.
Fine. See you soon, darling.
Are you okay?
Yes? Kiss me?
I don't know if I should. What about Rowan? Aren't you two something?
It was an open relationship, tainted with the fact that he's manipulated me into lots of things I regret.
Oh, sorry? About the end of your, unhealthy relationship? Or maybe congratulations.
Thank you.
But that's over, right?
Oh, yes.
Because I know he likes to, I know he dates a lot of people, but if we were going to start dating, I wouldn't, maybe it's selfish, but I wouldn't want to share you.
You'd want to start dating me?
I think so. It's been a while since I've really, so I might be really bad at it, but
I mean, I've never really dated, so I still have a leg up. Besides, no one has really ever remembered my favorite pastry, or asked me about my day, or made me even consider channeling time and energy into starting a new life together. Until you. I never even knew you liked me. I always thought you just kind of tolerated my presence.
I thought I didn't like you. I saw how many other guys were in love with you. From the moment I first met you, I knew you had enough attention to last a lifetime. Long before we worked together. I was 15 and trapped at a ball, and both of us snuck off the floor. Me because I was too nervous to speak, you because everyone begged you for more. I said, I'm not great with parties, and you smiled and said, neither am I. But I could tell from the rush in your cheeks that you knew why you drew every eye. They loved you. Everyone loved you. So why will not I? But your date had a name and a fortune and a title a half-mile long. And when he found you and whisked you away, I knew why he chose you for every song. He loved you. Everyone loved you. So why would I? If I knew you then, I would have learned to dance just to hold you. If I knew this then, I would have learned to be brave and told you. If I knew you then, maybe I could stop from asking whether. If I knew this then, we'd have spent these past 4 years together.
There was this one summery evening, some early June, the sun began to dip. I passed by you, watching the sky, saw the wistful tilt of your lip. You looked miles away, I found nothing to say as my little heart just split in two. I knew intruding would be like polluting a droplet of morning dew. It was lovely, so lovely to you. But was I? And then I learned that you had Maya, who was perfect in all your ways. You'd never look at me like a princess, so I learned to lower my gaze. She loved you. I thought she loved you. So why would I? If I knew you then, I would embroider sunsets for you. If I knew you then, I would not try and ignore you. If I knew this then, maybe I could stop from asking whether. If I knew you then, we'd have spent these past 4 years together.
4 years of birding and nighttime walks, unabashed flirting and pillow talks. 4 years of snuggling close in bed, 4 and so many more years ahead. 4 years of learning your favorite thing, kissing your fingers and counting a ring. 4 years of memories all thrown away, 4 of delaying and longing to say, I love you.
I love you. Now I know you're mine. I am worth your soul's devotion. Now I know I'm yours. I can name this new emotion. Now that we are one, we don't need to wonder whether we can spend countless more years together.
So, what are we doing tonight?
I suppose we'll have to see what Maddox thinks. Listen, Jason, I really don't want you to get hurt. You should stay here.
No, I want to help. I think I need to see this through. The king has done a lot of fucked up stuff to you, and me, and even Rowan. And if I didn't help and you got hurt, and I thought me being there would have made even one bit of a difference, I don't know how I'd live with myself.
Only if you're sure you want to.
If Maddox is ready to go tonight, I want to be with you guys.
Thank you, love.
I never knew I wanted you to call me that.
Darling, that's a little too tight.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this okay?
Maddox! Where the hell are you?
So how'd it go?
Oh yeah, went great, Maddox. Walked in on him making out with that idiot guard.
Fuck her, Jesus. I'm sorry. I didn't.
You set me up, asshole. You said the best thing was to be honest with him.
And now that you can see that he's a cheat and can recognize love the next time it comes along, hopefully with someone better.
There won't be a next time, Maddox. Love is just a bunch of lies and shit you tell
He just
yourself.
wasn't the right person.
Look, I'm sorry. Just because you and Maya are clearly okay with cheating doesn't mean it doesn't sting when you're on the other end.
Rowan, what the fuck? That was different.
Just, we're doing it tonight, okay? The whole killing the king thing. Jason being out of prison means in the morning we're all...
Okay, hold on. I know what Louis did was out of line, but come on, do you really think that's smart?
I don't care at this point. We'll lose everything we're working towards.
All right, fine. What's the guard gonna do during all of this? Just stay in Louis' room?
Die, hopefully. Okay, I don't know, but I really couldn't care less. Why?
Well, carrying it out could be feasible if we had someone like him working with us. If he could guard the doors to the throne room, for example, I could focus all of my energy on incinerating the king rather than having to put up wards over the palace.
If I killed the king myself, you could keep them away.
And then make everyone else in the palace your enemy. I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who won't have to face any consequences for it.
Right. Fine. I bet Louis could make him guard the doors. Maybe if we're lucky, some other guard will run him through.
I will do it.
Thank God! Let's go.
Oh, yes, His Majesty has requested total privacy in preparation for the funeral tomorrow. No, I really don't think it would be wise to interrupt him, even if it'll be fast. Between us, I think His Majesty may be rifling through some old mementos he found of Maya's. He's in no state for business inquiries. If you have a message for him, I can pass it along as soon as possible. Thank you. That sounds wonderful. I will let him know tonight. Have a restful evening. Yes, I'm dreadfully sorry, but His Majesty is simply unavailable right now. He is preparing for the funeral, and afterwards I'm due to measure him for his mourning robes. Sir, I'm flattered. I'd love to measure you for your robes as well, but I'm afraid I can't leave my post here. The king has instructed me to collect all the messages folks may have for him and pass them on to him later. Maybe if you return here tomorrow, I'd be able to give your measurements a closer inspection. Well, thank you. I will let His Majesty know that the search in the Southwest Forest was unsuccessful and the mage is still unaccounted for. No, he has said that if the search is unsuccessful, you can extend the search to the town from the next province. He is also curious as to whether there have been any reports of magical activity. Yes, that is a shame. Well, I'm sorry, but His Majesty is simply unavailable to deliver these instructions to you. I think it would be incredibly disrespectful to interrupt his grieving. Sir, you seem like you're under quite a bit of stress. If you need any assistance... Understood, sir, yes. I think it would be wisest if you head out from the western branch of the palace. Have a splendid night and best of luck in your search.
Don't even think about calling for help, Dad. We've got you surrounded. Any day now, Jazz Hands.
Yeah, keep him there.
I'm trying. Do you see it now, Dad? I was always meant to be king. You chose Maya over me, but really, she didn't have the guts to do what needed to be done. Oh, and Mom sends her regards. You thought I didn't know about what you did to her, but really, this knife is directly from her to you. I hope you see her in heaven on your way down to the darkest part of hell, you hateful bastard! Is this what she looked like when you... Say something, fucker! Beg for your life! Please!
Oh, good evening, sirs. What? No, you cannot come in. No, not even just one of you. The king has requested privacy. I understand it's an emergency, and I'll let His Majesty know a prisoner is missing as soon as possible. As soon as you leave. Jacob. You can't remember his name? No, I can do it. He has explicitly requested complete privacy, sir. No exceptions. Yes, I understand he's a prisoner slated to be executed tonight. Sir, please stay back. His Majesty's daughter's funeral is tomorrow. I'm the one he put in charge of protecting that privacy. Don't touch me! Any of you! Get back! Hey, stop! You morons! His name's Jason! The guards figured out Jason's missing. He's holding them off right now, but there are 4 of them.
Motherfucker!
He's a big guy, he can take him.
He's one man. We have to do this now, Maddox. There is no more time to delay.
I am trying.
Try harder!
Louis, help!
Please!
You better hurry up, Maddox. He gets hurt.
Shut the fuck up and let me focus.
Ah!
Rowan. What the fuck was that?
Doing what I should have done a long, long time ago. I never needed your help, Maddox.
It will strike if you're not careful, and I am very careful. You're balanced on the precipice. You don't have time to choose. It'll take your hand if you're not careful, and I am very careful. Never promise it to a part of you can't afford to lose. Oh, you indolent, impulsive, insolent boy! The only thing you worship is your pride. If you ever learned, paid attention for once, you'd understand you can't hold back the tide. It will burst if you're not careful, and I was very careful. I laid a trail of summonings to bring me back again. It'll take your mind if you're not careful, and I was very careful. I put together fail-safes and safes that failed again. It's not a tool, a weapon, or thing to be led. You couldn't do it even if you tried. It wants what it wants, and if that's not enough, no matter what, you can't hold back the tide. Older than darkness, older than light, stronger than secrets, stronger than might. You keep it in high.
makes sense. It all just makes sense.
Wait. Fuck. No. Rowan? Hey. Can you hear me? Fuck. I'm so sorry. Rowan? Please wake up. Rowan! Fuck. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What happened? Rowan! Did the king do this? Hey, what? What did you?
Why did...
Rowan, I'm sorry. Rowan, please wake up.
Scared. I never meant to. I need to find Maya.
Wait, we need to figure this out.
Honey, come here.
Are you sure about this? I mean, you really wanted... I think you'd be better at this than me.
I'm sure.
So am I. Louis, I don't want to do this without you by my side. You are the smartest, most beautiful, most interesting, kindest man I know. Fixing this would take a lot of work, and I can't do it as half as a whole. Will you marry me?
Yes, Jason, I want nothing more in the world. Keep your heart close to mine. If we work together, nothing will harm us. When our purposes combine, the court can't trample or disarm us. By your side,
By your side, I will work to make things right.
I'll show you deserve love,
Love in everything.
love like a gift you won't return. Not a tool, but a treasure you can't earn. It's not a privilege or pride when you're perfect in his eyes. Love's like a path you never lost. Not a way to prove you're worth the cost. It's not meant to fool or hurt. No technique to scheme and flirt. Just know that you deserve love and everything.
Love like a promise you can give. Not a duty, but a choice as long as you live. It's not a trial or a test. Just what makes you happiest. Love like a magnet you can find. Not a weapon, but your north, your guiding light. And if you listen to yourself, you might find you're someone else, and then everything. In my first act as king, I'd like to formally remove any laws forbidding the use of magic. And, I'd like to acquit all magic users of their charges. Here's to a new start.
Love like a truth you can't control. Not a spell, but a rift deep in your soul. Love like the sun that spurs you on. Not a death, but a flower turned toward the dawn. Start starting something new. But it's worth it just
I killed Rowan. But by accident, I think, but you'd be better off without me.
Trust me, you'd be safer.
Love like a commitment, where you can't hold on to past betrayal still. Maybe no one's shown you mercy, but you have to trust that someday someone will. Don't let your scars define you and confine you to the heart you always know. It's a giving and a taking. It's a making sure you can't get by alone. I wish I'd learned this lesson sooner, but I wish you all the love and luck you'll need. Don't let old mistakes contain you, and I hope that where I fail, you'll succeed.
Figure this out. Together.
Like a tide that changes each day. Love like the music in each one